Today's reading is Cagney Carnation from the Sexypedia Wiki. Cagney Carnation is a character from the 2017 video game Cuphead by Studio MDHR. He's particularly well known for being the game's sexy man, who came completely out of left field despite there already being a suit guy everyone thought people would be attracted to instead. More information about him can be read on the Cuphead Wiki. His class is Keter, and his source is Cuphead. Basic information. Cagney Carnation is one of the bosses in-game that must be fought in order to advance, and is generally considered to be the most difficult boss of the Isle 1. He's a giant sentient flower with arms who uses various plant-based attacks to fight the player. He has 3 forms over the course of the boss fight, but the one people tend to like to depict the most is its Phase 2 form. There was a self-insert reader fanfiction about him literally days after the game came out. Archetypes. Duality. His original form before the boss fight starts is a typical cutesy smiling flower, bashfully smiling behind a leaf before roaring and transforming into a sharp, spiky, evil-looking flower. Dominating. Exudes an air of cockiness throughout the fight, and seems confident he can beat the player. Also, notable in just how many people latched onto this specific line and took it out of context. His quote upon defeating the player in his second phase is... I'm kind of unprofessionally here. The wiki for some reason doesn't actually say it, so I had to go onto the Cuphead wiki. I don't know which one they're talking about. It's either, fools who attempt to fight this will leave with allergic rhinitis, or, extreme pollination and total domination. You can decide which one is more attractive, I guess. Ensemble Dark Horse. He's a random boss who isn't at all a major character and only shows up one other time the entire game, in the epilogue sort of section that shows after you beat it. Despite this, he exploded in popularity somehow. His theme song is the most well-known boss theme and used to represent Cuphead in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. Knife Murder. Has no qualms about killing the player character and grins widely while attempting to do so. Non-human. Look at him. Power. Has some basis in canon that he's a boss that tends to be cited as a major spike in the difficulty of the game. People like to depict him lording said power over others because they think it's hot. Quotable catchphrase. Extreme pollination and total domination. Retro. The entire game was animated in the style of 1920s and 1930s rubber hose animation. Technically antagonist. You have to fight him in order to advance in the game, but it's stated in canon that the only reason any of the bosses have the desire to fight the player is because the protagonists are forced to collect their soul contracts to return to the devil, in exchange for their lives. Theme song. Every boss in Cuphead has their own unique musical score that plays during their boss fight. His is called Floral Fury. Tongue imagery. In Phase 3, he uses his tongue to attack. This was, of course, used as a jumping-off point for ridiculous amounts of fan art of him with a long, slimy tongue. Fanon. John Locked. Cagney was shipped with a lot of characters, but the most notable one, purely because of how popular it got despite being completely off the wall, was him and the eyeball ghost from the Phantom Express. Van christened this character Blind Spectre, despite the fact that they're literally just the first phase of a boss fight consisting of a train full of ghosts and have no canon name. This pairing was known as Ghost Blossom. Monster features. Even though he doesn't have sharp teeth in his second form, people love to give him them anyway. He's generally depicted as a lot more monstrous than he is in the actual game.